Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Glad to have you here. To begin with, if you guys don't mind, if you'll go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe this video, if you'll go ahead and join the channel if you haven't already, because if you've been around for a while, as that's what allows us to continue to be able to make videos. But this video today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about a couple of different tools called Nala and AppFast. They are different front ends for Ubuntu's app package. So we'll go ahead and get on with this, and we'll go ahead and run the intro. To start out, I need to go ahead and show you a bit of a rundown of the projects. So to begin with, we'll start with AppFast. This is actually my preferred front end to apt. So I will use this typically for a couple of different reasons. You can also install it via a PPA, and it seems to be updated 99% of the time, even though like 2 months or so the last time they did an update. And then you'll see here they have other ways to install it on Debian if you're using something that's Debian based. They also have an interaction-free installation method, a quick install method. That's very simple, very easy. That's just the easy way to do it, where you can manually install it. But also note, they're using Araya 2, which is a download accelerator, which makes it basically download faster. And then this is one of the features of AppFast that is unique to AppFast versus Nala. It has auto completion. So if you type in the beginning of the word, right, you can hit tab and it'll complete the rest of the word or the package name. And then it also is supported in Bash, ZSH, and Fish, as you can see here, for auto completion. Then we have a man page for installation. Next is the best part about AppFast is the configuration. So you can do quite a few different things with the package manager, right? You can do things with confirmation dialog, which I typically just turn this off because then I don't have to worry about hitting yes. Because, right, if I'm going to run the package or the update of a package or the installation of a package, I type it in because I want to do it. That's not necessarily recommended behavior for most people because that's not exactly the best for security purposes, but I hope that makes sense for my situation as I'm very careful with what I put in. And then we have the options for multiple mirrors, which this allows you to pull from different mirrors. So you can go in and manually configure which mirrors you're pulling from right here, and it'll be in the packet, in the information. I'm probably not going to mess with this today, but I can go into more of a more depth and detail in the future. If you guys want that, I'll make some shorts about it. And then the maximum amount of connections. So this right here, this variable is what allows you to choose the maximum amount of different servers it'll connect to at the same time. So I've used the number all the way up to 75 and it works. That's a little bit overkill. If you do not have a strong connection, don't do that. It's not going to work very well. But if you have a really strong connection, that'll work well. So if you have, you have maximum connections per server. So this is exactly what it sounds like. One server you can have so many connections to. Then we have our file split size. It's exactly like it says here. It's just that setting the size of each split piece. The values can be up to 1024 megabytes. So basically it's like the piece that you're downloading at a time for each individual split download piece. So, and then we'll have here a few different other things which we can mess with, but these are a little bit more technical. If you want to make it where it downloads to a different folder, as your cache folder basically, you can change that with that and just change this portion right here to something else and within your config file. And then you can go in and do a couple of other things with authentication and verbose. This is basically so you can see what's going on. If you don't want to see anything on your screen, I don't know why you wouldn't if you're installing something, but you can change it to no by putting in. And then we'll go down here, colors. This is a way to make it look nicer, which is really nice, but to me, that's not necessarily something that matters personally. But if we go ahead and switch over to Nala, which is the alternative to AppFast, or someone would argue that AppFast is the alternative to Nala, part of the reason why this video is happening, we'll go ahead and see a few different things. The documentation is a little bit more scattered than over on the AppFast site, right? That was just one continuous list of what was involved with the project. Here, you'll see that they tell you exactly what it is as a front end for a web app package. that you're using the Python apt API to make it happen. So this is implemented in a little bit different of a way. For our installation methodology, we'll go here and we'll see that you can install it. It's actually already in the repos, so you won't have to add a PPA for this, which is a bonus. And then we'll have the volley and scar repo, which is their essentially PPA kind of thing that allows you to install a keyring to install it. And then, which is the instructions right here. And then we'll see that it goes all the way back to 22.04, and they do not support anything older than that. It looks like 18.04 or older. Well, and they do support Debian, as you can see here, but it has to be newer than Debian Buster, unfortunately. Then next we have Packstall, which is kind of like the AUR for Ubuntu, essentially, or Ubuntu derivatives. And you can use that to install Nala as well with this command right here. And then last but not least, you can just download the package and manually install it like you would anything else. I think this is the easiest one. If you want to script it, this is probably your easiest bet. But you'll want to definitely add something that makes it where it checks the website every once in a while to see if there's a new package. If you're wanting to download install from source, you can 100% do that with either project. This one's very simple. They just have copy and paste commands. This one's very specific though. If you want a main, which is your master branch, right? As a lot of people would think of it, or you can do it just a specific release, which I know it's kind of like downloading, let's say if you're familiar with Android development, using the -B whenever you're using repo, same concept. And then we have, last but not least, the official methodology on how to install using make. Okay, if we continue down, we will see the little bit older packages. They do leave instructions to install it, but I probably wouldn't do this, considering they mentioned above that it's not officially supported, at least on Buster and older. Because if you look down here, they're offering instructions for Debian Buster, even though they said it's not supported above. That's a little bit of a mistake, I think, whenever they typed out the documentation. Just note, it obviously does work on Debian Buster if that's what you're wanting to do. As I don't think they would have put this here if it didn't work. Note with this, you will need Python 3.9 plus or more or higher. They're mentioning that it will use Python 3.10 and install it from source with this, using this command right here. It's grabbing all your dependencies. Okay, now moving on, we're going to go ahead and go over to the terminal, and I'll show you how this stuff works. Okay, now we're over in the terminal. So, as you can see here, I've already removed the packages so that we can do a fresh install for each one. I'm going to use apt and install Nala first and give it the benefit of the doubt to start with. And what we'll do is that was it. That's all I had to do to install it. It's very simple, very easy. This is the easy way to do it. So do sudo Nala update. All you do for the commands is you replace apt with the name of the front end. So in this case, it's Nala. When I do its thing, you will see right here that the dialog looks really nice. You probably don't see very well right now. So what I will do is install LibreOffice. So we have a bigger package profile to install. And we'll go ahead and hit and show you. So you see here how everything is really well organized. That's my favorite part about Nala. They have a front end that looks gorgeous, that looks really solid. My big thing, and I honestly go and say, is Nala has a really solid GUI. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the backend 100%, mainly because they limit the amount of parallel downloads you can have to 3, which that's unfortunate. That's pretty low. I've been told by some that we can maybe change that, but I've not been able to find a way to. I've been looking for a while, where I would use Nala as my daily. So if we go ahead and I'm going to hit no for this instance, so I can not actually install it, so I can show you with apt fast as well. But with Nala, this is just really well designed. It's very intuitive, very easy to use. But if I go ahead and use install apt fast. I will go ahead and show you the output of apt fast by default of installing LibreOffice as well. You'll see here it gives a little bit of a dialog here in just a second, and it'll just shoot through like this while it's downloading. It's already done, so that was pretty quick. I'm on a solid internet connection, so keep that in mind too. But you notice this isn't as good looking, and that is okay. This is 100% built for functionality, and I have not gone through and taken the time to actually mess with the configuration file like I mentioned earlier. You can make apt fast look however you want. That's what's nice. At least pretty easily, because they have the configuration file. Nala, on the other hand, is kind of just you get what you get, from what I understand. If I'm wrong here, let me know down in the comments below. I don't think I am, though, unfortunately. But moving on, in order to install this, all you had to do is, if I go back and show you the web page once again, the way I did the installation was I went ahead and went to the page. I went to grab the PPA. Like I mentioned before, that's the easiest way. You just copy and paste this into the terminal, like so, and you hit enter. And you will see that it's going to pop up with a prompt saying that you need to hit enter. You'll see that in just a second right there. So whenever you do that, all it's going to do is add that repository and make it where you can access it. So, and then you just go ahead and run the sudo apt install apt fast, just like I did earlier. It's very simple, very easy, very straightforward. Neither of these processes are difficult, but apt fast does have one extra step. Just part of it, unfortunately. So going on with this project, or these projects, they're both done really well. If you like either of them, go ahead and donate over on their pages if you can, either time, code, whatever you can. And I will go ahead and do the outro now. I know that my preference out of these two projects is that apt fast, right? Because it's more configurable, and I'm a tinkerer. But are you just one of those people that just want something to work? Well, it'd probably go with Nala, to be honest, because there's not a whole lot you can mess with it, but there's also means you can't break it either. In my situation, I don't mind breaking things as long as I know how to fix them. I know some people that have the opposite, like a good buddy of mine. So if you'll go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe below if you haven't already, it would be really appreciated. It also makes the YouTube algorithm see us, and means we can bring out this more content to other people. If you'll go and join the channel, if you have been around for a while and you want to support us, it costs less than $1.99. It's not much at all. It costs less than a cup of coffee. If you'll go ahead and join our Discord as well and jump over there, we're always available for the most part. And we'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye, guys.